First order of business tonight is the approval of the minutes of the previous meetings of 8/28 and 8/30.
Did we do 2 sets of minutes here?
We did the one at the special meeting.
Oh, I get you. So,
Yeah,
you
you can't
can't.
do the 30. Okay, so motion to approve those two?
Go,
So moved.
somebody do it, yeah.
Second?
Second.
Okay.
Can I just say that nothing has been discussed about who got the bid or anything like that? Should that be made public?
Well,
Because that's what you're signing on those are the minutes that you're signing.
Yes.
Bill was a public meeting.
Okay.
What, I think what she's getting at, do the minutes reflect that
yes,
they reflect that it was awarded?
yes.
Okay. It just wasn't never said out loud.
All right. Those in favor?
I'll vote on one set.
Yeah, you,
I wasn't here
just
the
on the 28th, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, there's David Steve, thank you. Public comments, anybody in the public have anything you want to talk to us about? If it's on the agenda, please wait for it to come up. Nothing? Okay, we'll move on. Selectmen's comments. I jumped over that, sorry.
I've got nothing except to remark on the Shaw and Sons has begun work on this project out here, and it's great to see that finally taken off, and it's looking good.
Allison?
Two things. One is that their Climate Resilience Committee we successfully re-enrolled in the Community Resilience Partnership, which means that we can apply for grants through that group, thanks to the work of the new chair, David Bernston. And then the other thing I mentioned earlier is that I did follow up with the County Commissioner Administrator about the statute and the payment of the county bill, but she's going to a conference. She told me she's going to a conference next week of all other county administrators, and she's promised she would raise this issue about quarterly payments, twice a year payments, that kind of thing. So I'll let you know what I find out.
Dale?
Yeah, I went up through Dresden today and I noticed they've been cutting in all the culverts where they're gonna change up through Dresden, so I'm hoping they're working their way this way in preparation for paving next summer.
Who knows?
That's what we're told.
127 Middle Road?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yep.
Jason?
All right, a couple of quick things. So I talked to Devin Eaton. You asked about the Old Stage Road Bridge.
Yeah.
We did go down to see him real quick. The abutments are in place, poured, widened. The steel is set. It's a poured in place deck that's coming up. They're on schedule. They're not ahead schedule. They're not behind schedule. So I think we're looking at the October 6th or 8th, whatever that number.
Okay.
So nothing really exciting there. The other thing is I spoke with Tim Williams regarding the Williams Family Cemetery. They're all getting along well. The landowners, he wanted me to know that they've agreed to agree on those stipulations that we talked about, the landowners, the caretaker, and then they can allow them access. And so they're actually things have all healed up.
Oh, that's great.
One final thing is Mr. Jim Wharf is in the audience, and I asked him if he wanted to stop by. We kind of mentioned that. I don't know, some of us know him, some of us don't, but Jimmy is the guy that we're always talking about.
Oh,
He's
nice to
the
meet you.
project superintendent, probably vice president, maybe even president. He's the go-to guy. He's been the guy that we call. Sean's called him 7,000 times. I've called him 4,000 times. But Jimmy, if you want to listen for a second, tell us what's going on.
Yep, so as you noticed, we struck last night. So of course we had one guy that had to run in the yellow line, so we painted it. But after that, that is pretty much done. We're tuning up the edges. We're putting what we need for riprap. We're backing up the edge of the asphalt. We'll be doing that for the next week. And removing the Jersey barriers up along the new guardrail on the north end of the project. As you notice, we've already started taking apart the temporary bridge. All this is going to come to a halt next week. We're going to be shutting down for about a month. So that's why I was kind of waiting for the striping to get done and everything, get far enough ahead so we can actually shut down for a month. I was told I have to take 4 weeks off or I'm gonna lose my vacation, so I'm gonna take 4 weeks off. So when I come back, the crew will come back and we'll continue taking the bridge apart and taking the gravel off from the bypass and sending it to another job.
I have a question. So somebody's asked me, and this is perfect timing, the new bridge, is the new bridge narrower than the old bridge?
No, it's actually 2 feet wider.
2 feet
Yeah, I think
wider?
it's 2 or 3 feet wider.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, it seems it because the old bridge, if you remember, had the passing lane
Yeah,
like down into the bridge.
yeah,
But it doesn't do that anymore. They did away with that whole passing lane all the way up to the Taste of Maine.
yeah, okay,
You know, the center
okay.
crossover
No,
lane.
that's what I was wondering,
Yeah,
okay.
that's missing. So it probably makes it look like it's not as
Okay.
wide.
And you have a wider breakdown lane, right? Isn't that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's
That's
it's
triple
a
wider.
6-foot breakdown lane instead of a 4-foot on each side.
So while you're here, I've conveyed to him, but there is no guardrail planned for the flat section of Route 1 that
There is no guardrail.
Sean's conveyed, I've conveyed, I've talked to the resident, Glenn Philbrick, but there's not gonna get any guardrail
Nope.
as of now, right?
No, he said there's an appropriate 3-to-1 slope. And with a 3-to-1 slope, it doesn't require any guardrail, so.
That's what he said to me too, yeah.
Well, it didn't have a guardrail before.
It's just a little
It's
deeper
a
in the
little
water.
higher. Oh, I know.
Really further down
Sean's
the
got some
hill now.
scuba gear.
So the new bridge is it 5 feet higher than where the old one was?
The end where it touches the marsh down
Yeah.
the bottom, it is 3.5 feet higher at that end.
Okay,
Because that part of the lane was already high to begin with, that never really flooded out at the
Okay,
beginning of the
alright.
bridge. It was always down on the flat.
so 3.5, not 5.
Yeah, so
Okay.
5 feet was the road. The road came up 5 feet.
Oh, okay,
At the bridge, it only came up 3.5.
okay,
And so we brought the road up 5 to be a level.
okay, gotcha.
All the way
All right,
across.
okay.
It was a valley.
Yeah, that's all right,
So
okay.
at the deepest, we had them 2 floods that we had in, was it February, whatever they were. The highest elevation that it was is still gonna be 2 feet lower than the new road.
Okay,
So it'll have to, if it comes up 2 more feet, all the path is underwater.
yeah.
Can't get there anyway.
The bridge is tipped, right?
It is, it's got a 2% pitch.
Because I know coming from Bath, coming down by the Taste of Maine, it looks to me like it's not much of a pitch.
No, it's 3 degrees, 2 degrees actually, from the white line all the way to on the other side of the road, on the marsh side. From that white line to the bridge, it's a 4% the other way, so the rain can get into those gutters. And from that white line all the way to the right hand
I'm
side.
just thinking
it's
of
all-
traffic going down onto the bridge, it looks to me like they're gonna wanna head right off into the.
Yeah, and then when you get down off the bridge, the road does this, then it breaks, and then the water goes either way. Got a crown in it.
So I think one final question I have is, what's the future plan? Where do you think where do you think you'll be in the winter? You're gonna keep working all winter and?
Yes.
So you got, obviously you're way ahead of schedule.
Oh yeah, way ahead. I think by January, probably the end of December, this will all be gone.
Pretty close to, and it goes back to pretty much original condition?
Yep,
So
I think,
they asked to get acting here as far as putting out a bid.
Well, he's been,
RFP.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
put Jimmy in touch with Ruth, and as you all heard from Ruth that day, there's some permitting, right?
right,
She's still working on it, so that, in regards to the boat ramp, the opening, the water pipe, as we know, is connected and on.
it is, it's been chlorinated, they were supposed to pull a test on it today.
Yep.
And if
Oh.
it tested good today, then they pulled their chlorination taps and put it in service.
Have you heard any, I mean, you know, the water, have you heard anything about the water pipe? On where you are, have you heard anything about relocating it, or?
No, well, they're not gonna relocate under the railroad tracks all the way down the Dyke Road. They'll just relocate when they take out the George Road Road, they'll of course
Right.
sink it, put weights on it.
Yeah, right. All right, so everything had to get done, but they're ahead of, biggest thing though, Jimmy has been really good to deal with. They're ahead of schedule. Every time you guys ask questions, Sean or I, yeah, and Jimmy is very responsive. He's worked a lot of nights and, he
And
gets
you
home,
made a lot of people very calm.
He gets home at 5 or-
Social media.
yeah, he gets home at 5 or 6 in the morning and then gets called back out at 7:30 or 8. But,
No, it's been
Yeah,
great.
no, I mean, actually, for them 5 weeks that we was taking out gravel, I know everybody was on the Facebook saying, why couldn't they have done it the night before they hot top, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
there's no way you can.
Helicopter.
Well, you know, they won't listen,
to
yeah,
They haven't done it, Jimmy, they haven't done
I
it.
know.
well, exactly, and that's why your voice added to the legitimacy of
There's a
all that.
that's
With
right.
us working up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, get that right smooth as beautiful, and we had one rain shower and potholes all.
Well, you're dealing with it, that's right, you're dealing with the hill, you're dealing
We
with,
weren't allowed to do anything during the day. I couldn't do a lane closure during the day. I could only do a lane closure at night, after 6, 7 o'clock.
And
I
that,
could have done during the day, I could have fixed it all like really nice, but they didn't want
is that a DOT rule?
It is,
The
yeah.
daytime, night?
only because it's Route 1.
Okay.
Just the contractor.
When you get done
I can
taking
go
out
whatever I
both the
want.
temporary bridges, how much of the dirt is coming out?
31,000 yards is coming out.
Wow.
That's what I put in to build the temporary,
Yeah,
so pretty much all of that is coming out.
so is DOT still gonna have an access
They are,
to get
yeah,
off
actually,
the,
I don't know if you've
off the
noticed.
road, down so they can get in under the bridge and
Yeah.
all that?
I don't know if you've noticed, but when you drive right before the little bridge,
Yep,
the white line is missing on the right-hand side.
yep,
That's where the entrance is gonna go, and it's only gonna go in and turn towards my white trailers. It's not gonna go to the left.
Okay.
Where's that stuff going into there? Okay, with that,
I go into the shop, we built some laydown yard.
in your shop?
Yep.
How you getting there with it?
Oh, right across from the Boston?
No, no,
you're on camera. You're on camera here.
Mr. Hacker, what'd you say?
Wait a minute, he's
No, we're gonna take it out like a couple of pounds.
Jimmy, he's texting right now.
Yeah.
Final thing though, personally, I think that the town is fortunate that Reed got the job, and we're very fortunate that you were our local, a lot of us know you, and you go above and beyond,
And we would absolutely love to bid the other portion of it. too.
Yeah, we'd love to see it.
Checks.
yeah, we'd like to see you do it too. So,
Smart.
the next work with Ruth.
Oh, yeah,
While they're
yeah,
there, you
Yeah,
know.
right road.
Yeah.
I can tell you some stories about him too.
Yeah. Oh.
We're still on TV.
On camera.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Hey, no problem. You guys got any questions, give me a holler. I got some of my cards ready. I'll leave them up here for you.
See you then.
All right?
Thank you.
Any
Thanks a
questions,
lot.
call.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.
alright. Well,
It was up to you. I'm done.
up to me, yep. I met with the Shellfish Committee last night. They had a few questions about the ordinance and everything. Wanted to make sure that they got printed the way they wanted it. So Kim is reviewing that now, and he gave me a list of what they would like to have. They don't have, the names of the sheriffs that are wardens now, and they don't have any contact forms, so they'd like to have that. And there's a couple other things they want to take care of. They were invited to the Resilience Committee one night, but he couldn't make it that night. But Dan did tell me he would attend one if it worked out on a night when he was available.
Okay, we can pass that along to the
Because
chair.
I
At
think
least keep them on the mailing list.
Right,
Yeah.
keep him informed of what's
Okay.
going on, because he is interested.
Okay.
Because that does play right into, I mean,
Yeah.
every time there's a 1-inch rainstorm, Woolwich is shut down for weeks, if not months. So, I mean, if there's a way to because of the pollution on the flats. So, they are glad that we've got the sheriff's patrols and everything, because what was happening before was guys were digging even when the woods were closed, when the flats were closed, they were still digging and selling the clams. So, that could be a real help for us, okay? Other than that, that's all I've got. We've already done public comments, so let's move on to the town administrator's report.
I don't have a lot to talk about. After the commitment is signed, we'll start sending out tax bills. We are also going to be sending out a dog license reminder and a blurb about the senior property tax relief. So hopefully that will get out.
In the dog license reminder, could you also put a Maine State leash law reminder?
I've already printed the reminders, so
Oh, okay.
sorry. I'm not
I just lately I've seen a lot of dogs just out roaming, and, there was a lady on Facebook there on We the People, they were arguing, cause her dog was always running loose, and she said, well, it just goes 2 houses down to visit my mother, but the thing is, once that dog leaves your property, you're breaking the law.
I know Alexia put out a blurb and put it out, and I shared it on the town website and Facebook, and it had a lot of great information on it, so I think that the leash law was listed on there as well, and I believe it's on the, I think it's on the town website. I will not be here on the 18th for the next town meeting and also the special town meeting. I've already discussed it with you and David. So I've talked to Candace about it, told her the process. She doesn't have an issue with it. Mike Field has already said that he'll be the moderator, so I highly doubt we're gonna have a big turnout, so it'll be a big
We'll
relief.
get by, and if we mess up, we'll blame it on you.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
so Candace is gonna do the.
Candace is the deputy registrar.
Okay.
So she will do the oath to Mike and read the blurb for the warrant and hand it over to Mike. And
Okay.
Jennifer is the deputy registrar and deputy clerk, so she can check people in,
Okay.
which would be you and Debbie, Jack, Sean. But other than that, yeah, so I went over the process. She doesn't have an issue with it, so. And then also I was going over the Boston cane, Boston posted cane, and I came up with Bob Mead. And I don't know if anybody knows, if anybody is older than Bob, he'll be 96 in,
Oh my God.
96 in December.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I can reach out to him. Debbie and I have kind of had a conversation that maybe if we, introduced it to him privately, he might want to accept it.
Yeah. Do you know how old John McPhail is?
I don't, but he's gotta be up
Do you know who he is?
90.
Who's that?
John
Who do you
McPhail.
say?
John McPhail?
Oh, I
John,
know.
I'm sorry?
We were just, did you come across John McPhail at all?
How about?
He wasn't on my
Charlie?
list.
What's that?
I know Charlie Bradley's over.
He's
I know.
94. I'm 94.
94.
Okay, yeah. No, we know
That's what I
you.
heard. That's what I
Yeah,
heard.
you did your research. We were thinking about things.
Yeah, so, everyone that was on the list, and I don't know where the list came from. It's been in the Boston Cane.
Todd McPhee.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, like
So a
12
lot of
years
them,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah. Do you know anything,
eliminated.
Debbie, do you know anybody different? I mean, we don't want to make a mistake, but we're doing the best we can.
Right.
Do check John McPhail, because I have no idea.
Okay, yeah, I don't know either. I know.
Okay.
He lives with his daughter.
Yeah, I don't know.
I will check and see.
And you had suggested that if we did that, we might go to the home, right? If we,
Ask Bob, they don't like to do stuff in public, so,
Yeah.
there's no need, they don't have to.
Yeah.
You've done it in other places,
So I
so.
always like going along.
yeah, I do, he's more personal.
We did that with the Knights.
I like.
Yeah,
Used to anyway.
well, we did it with Jerry.
My father, when he
Yeah.
was a selectman,
Yeah.
they used to go to the home.
Oh, yeah. That's probably the most enjoyable part of this job.
I think it was more comfortable with the recipients.
So Jack, you're safe for a few more years.
Watch, careful now, careful.
All right, sounds
I'm
good,
glad
Kim.
you raised it.
Okay. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thanks. Road Commissioners report. Mr. Shaw, sir.
He embarrassed me, I'm done. Hey, anything, Kim? Anything? The roadsides are almost done. He's downtown today. We're going on this side tomorrow, and that should be done. I also called T-Buck's office, and Jason is quite right on everything. The paving is scheduled, and everything's good. They like the job. They're very pleased with the way things are going, and very pleasant to talk with. I was a little disappointed because they didn't call me back last week, but they're very, very good. So there's a few people upset about the closure, but we can't help it. And they drive too fast up to there.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're all pretty good shape.
Okay.
When are they picking the Quasit?
I'm sorry.
When are they doing the Quasit? Where they milled?
The property right next coming up, coming tomorrow.
You know as much as we
I'm
know.
just curious.
Uh,
I've been asked, so.
I don't know, but I mean, it'll be right,
Yeah.
they can't leave that edge too long.
Have they done milling?
Yeah.
I think so,
Have
yeah.
they done all the milling,
They
Jack?
got, I believe all the milling's done on, the Quasit's all done, yeah.
Yeah, no question.
They indicated it was Hager, right?
Well,
That's what it's
they
paid.
didn't mill it, but,
No, but it's paid, the thing that Kim said, they were the ones, but who knows?
but who knows what's getting into
Yeah.
over there.
We don't have any more
They're
poll.
busy.
Well,
That'll be good, we get the last chapter there done. I didn't plan it this way, I asked them not to do it this way with school setting, but.
You know, what was nice is apparently in the weekly report that Nate sent, it said in there that he had reached out to the principal, that Nate had reached out to Mr. Libby at the school.
And they started a little later, I mean, they did start later,
Back prior to all this, when I found out about it, I asked if it could be done, and they
Right.
couldn't move things
Yeah.
around, so.
Yeah.
It's okay, I don't think anybody's got any problem with
It
it.
just have to, everybody needs to be patient.
The bus route.
It's progress.
see how it goes.
Okay, thanks, Jack. Do we have anything from Mike? Okay. And Danny's not here. Are you doing Danny's as well?
No?
There was an EMS call, I think, so.
Yep.
Sean?
Just 3 calls so far since the last meeting. One of which was another fatal accident we responded to in Dresden. I actually ran the scene. We assisted on scene for a couple hours up there while we took care of that. They reconstructed it. We're going to the debrief tonight with CASA. Wisconsin EMS is hosting a debrief for everybody involved. So I think there'll be 7 or 8 of us that are going to that tonight. What else? I had something else and I just lost train of thought. Jimmy mentioned that the water line passed the thing. They haven't notified me of any of the hydrants at all, as far as use or anything like that. I'm just curious if they've said anything. All I've seen is what we get from Kim every week. That's it.
That's all we see, and there were some bagged out,
I know.
many of them.
Just be nice to know.
Haven't heard of
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Is there a sort of a test that you need to run on them?
No, I just would like to know when they're usable so we plot them in our I'm responding and.
They chlorinate, do a bacteria, pressure test bacteria, and then we heard
Yeah.
I would think maybe in this week's report, Friday or Monday or whatever day we get it, that we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, we'd think they'd have to flush all the hydrants to flush.
Oh,
the
yeah,
water.
right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll see. But other than that, I don't think I have anything.
So just a quick reminder, a week from Saturday is the community Woolwich, and so, whatever you.
Yeah, I put it out to everybody.
I mean, you don't necessarily need a whole bunch of folks if you're not, but we do, as you know, tables,
Yeah.
chairs, we
Yeah.
borrow stuff if somebody's around.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that's a week from Saturday.
Yeah, that's fine. Anything for Dan?
9, 10 to 2. What's the time?
Oh, I heard it. Well, you're coming early.
11:30 to 2.
I'm always here, but I've had several people ask me what time.
11:30 to 2.
10:30?
11:30.
11:30
to 2.
11:30 to 2.
I think
Okay.
the museum will be open by 11 o'clock.
Yeah, David will be here anyway, right?
I'm usually here at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Whatever help you can do.
Have you talked to Dale Rio at all? I haven't either. I might bug him this week just to see.
Yeah, I really haven't,
The only thing I'm thinking, just the north side should be nice to see it painted before.
yeah, I
He's
know.
building his house.
Pardon me?
He's building a
Yeah, he's
house.
doing that. I only see what I see on Facebook.
I believe it's his house, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's his own house, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's been
That's
running
probably
around,
what
and
it is.
I figured you might know more than I know.
Yeah, I'll bug him this week. He's got another.
I mean, he was gonna wash the building, and
Yeah.
then there's the ramp out here gets painted, and then there's some
Yeah.
stuff you finish. But he hasn't built it yet, right? No, so he knows it, I guess, but yeah.
I asked him the day that he had come over to talk to me about one of the trucks or something, and I asked him too, while we looked at the building, I said, can you do that flagpole while you're at it? So, yeah, we can take it.
This one or the one
Yeah,
down?
paint it. Take this one, lower it.
Oh,
See
yeah.
how there's no paint left on it.
Yeah,
It looks like
yeah,
old.
yeah.
So, anyway, they'll paint that too. That's
Okay.
all I got.
Anybody got anything on the old business? Seeing none? Special town meeting warrant. We have the special town meeting for the September 18th meeting, which basically, for the main, consolidated communications grant, $225,000, which we pay 50% and then 50%, so, a motion to sign this. So we'll give it to Debbie.
I had one, I don't know if it's on the warrant or not, but I was talking to a couple people that are very interested, people that don't have any internet service right now, and one or two people said that they can't make 5, but they could make 6. So can we make it a 6 o'clock meeting?
I'm not here, so I don't know.
And maybe do the
Can we
select
do
board
the
meeting
select
at
board
5?
meeting at 5 and do this at 6, or would that be?
I know that Mike usually has a prior engagement, in
But
Georgetown. That's their, planning board meeting, so.
That's why he was here last
That's
week.
why he can do it at 5,
Yeah.
but
He was here last week.
at
because
6
it was awesome.
he can't.
Oh, really?
So we wouldn't have a moderator.
Okay, well, that's a
So-
showstopper.
Yeah, okay.
I would be hesitant to move it. I mean, we've already told some people that it's 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Well, if Mike.
Well,
likes
if
it.
Mike can't come, then that's.
Motion to sign the warrant,
So moved.
Second.
okay. Those in favor? Okay,
So Kim, can I pick it up tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely.
all right. That's out of the way. Now, the tax commitment. Okay. For the record, I'll say that we are seeing an increase in the mill rate this year. It's never pleasant to have an increase, but the increase is gonna be up to 16.7, $16.70 a thousand. Which, when you consider that, as Jason said earlier, we've held the rate the same for 3 years in a row. If you take and amortize that over the 3 years, it's not a terrible increase, but there is no increase that is good. But
So what was it last year?
1540.
it was 15.4, and we're gonna be 16.7 this year.
Do we know what percentage increase that is? Somebody can do the math faster than I can.
Well, 10% is $1.54, so, it's not 10%.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's 8.5, or,
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
quickly just.
okay, okay.
Tommy do it with a calculator.
So a motion to sign this would be in order. I'm just reviewing it here. Let's find the.
Yeah, this is the old ways.
The mill rate. Where the hell's the mill rate?
And we have to sign multiple places, right?
Let's see it on the phone. Usually
This is our numbers, right?
Yeah,
This is the overlay,
yeah.
and we turn it over.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And you sign in there, and then the reimbursement.
That's just a second copy.
Oh, it's on this sheet.
No, the mill rate is.
Is it right here, 1673?
16.7. All right, so it is.
So it's okay, yeah, it doesn't have to be on that, those two sheets, the actual.
All right.
The what, I'm sorry?
The actual mill rate?
We were looking for where the mill rate, it's on the 3rd page.
Yeah.
Okay, motion to sign this?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, what is it?
Those in favor?
Oh, yeah.
Reluctantly? Okay, you gotta sign it about 9 times here, so I'll start and then move it.
Yeah, I'd like to say for the
Tommy
record.
said it was 9% increase.
9%, okay, yeah. I'd like to say for the record too that, yes, David is correct. It is unpleasant. The board works very hard. We had a significant increase for the school, the county, and we all know our reimbursement percentages go, that's why we're in the middle of a reval. Our percentages drop another 10%. We're at 65, right? Yeah, I'll make sure I'm right here. And so it's, hopefully next year.
All right,
See where we're at.
I think I hit all the spots. If I didn't, let me know.
Well, next year we'll be at 100% for
Right. We'll
evaluations.
definitely have a
and
different mill rate.
so all the exemptions will be back.
Right.
Right now, you're only getting 65 with your homestead and
Yeah.
veterans and.
And maybe we won't see as large of an increase with RSU, or, I mean, it's increases.
Hopefully they packed it all in this year, and it's
I
next
know,
year.
Yeah.
I know. I really.
We should
yeah.
mention that the state reimbursements are going to be down to 65% this year.
Yeah.
And that's.
So
that's-
65% of 25,000?
Right.
Yes.
So the, I mean, if you get your homestead exemption, you're only gonna get 65% of it, if you got open space, tree growth, farmland, any state reimbursement is gonna be at 65% this
I think
year,
it's-
so that's gonna hurt people too.
I was following
And
the
that's the
paper.
whole reason for the revaluation. When we, by 2026, we ought to be back to 100%, and, you know, things should even out.
So when's the reval gonna be done?
By next.
It's gonna be done in the fall of 2025.
I thought it was gonna be done in April
The-
1st of 2025.
The numbers in April and then all the
Right,
the hearing
numbers will
period.
be done April 1st,
Right, so the
2025.
tax bill will reflect it in the fall.
The fall.
Right.
It won't affect the spring
Right.
assessment.
No, you're right, it's 1 year from now.
But it'll affect the fall of 2025 assessment for the 2026 year.
That's right. And then 1 year from now, when we do commitment, we should be at 100%.
We should be at 100%, and we should be at a much lower mill rate. If everything works right, I would expect that we'll see a much lower mill rate.
Right.
Higher valuation, lower mill rate.
I think, I think the town does a very good job on municipal spending. I'm not criticizing anybody else, it's just that these are numbers that are given to us and it is what it
Well, I
is.
really appreciate the collaborative process by which we reach the mill rate.
Yeah, it's not
number. I
a
mean,
5-minute conversation.
Trying different scenarios, working, trying to scope out what's ahead. I really
Yeah.
think we do a good job on that.
We played with the numbers some to see if we took less, we lowered the amount of set aside, overlay,
Yeah.
and it just didn't work. It didn't affect the mill rate, but it affected the overlay, considerably, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, we did the best we could, and like I say, it's never pleasant having an increase, but that's the fact of life. All right, unless somebody has something else to come up, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.